Hearken and behold, the angel of the Lord speaks.
A woman grieving for her son angrily accuses Jesus of being a filthy Philistine, blaming him for her child's death, despite the fact that Jesus is Jewish. This accusation stems from a Roman scheme. When Jesus took on the guilt meant for Barabbas, the Romans seized the opportunity to smear their sense of justice. In retaliation, they mocked Jesus at every turn, transferring all of Barabbas's crimes onto him and inciting the crowd to treat him as a Philistine. The woman is, in fact, the mother of Barabbas's victim. The prevailing narrative about Jesus' crucifixion is largely shaped by Roman accounts that ridicule his sacrifice. Crucially, Barabbas, whom Jesus sought to save, was crucified alongside him, deepening Jesus' sorrow as he realized the betrayal. He had sacrificed everything, only to find out Barabbas was not freed as promised. Yet, Jesus' death held a significance beyond what he understood at the time. Although the Romans mocked him, his sacrifice was part of a divine plan. The scribes of Abraham from the tribe of Isaac had sought Jesus' death long before his birth, believing in a prophecy of a Savior who would cleanse humanity's transgressions and end sacrificial offerings. They advised Herod, fearing that Jesus' coming would disrupt their authority. These scribes misled the people into believing that all were born of sin due to the act of procreation, associating it with the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. This false teaching necessitated the doctrine of original sin, which was not part of God's original command to Adam and Eve to be fruitful and multiply. Their transgressions fueled the anxiety that the prophesied Savior could become a destroyer, based on their own flawed interpretations. As the scribes pursued Jesus throughout his life, intent on stopping him, he ultimately saw no other path to halt the cycle of violence. Even after being wrongfully released from charges, he chose to offer his own life in exchange for Barabbas' freedom, believing it was the only way to save the guilty man and fulfill the prophecy. This act, though misunderstood and leading to his crucifixion, would serve a greater purpose in the divine plan of redemption for humanity. And now I swear unto you, to the wise and to the foolish, for ye shall have manifold experiences on the earth. For ye men shall put on more adornments than a woman, and colored garments more than a virgin. In royalty and in grandeur and in power, and in silver and in gold and in purple, and in splendor and in food they shall be poured out as water. Therefore they shall be wanting in doctrine and wisdom, and they shall perish thereby together with their possessions, and with all their glory and their splendor, and in shame and in slaughter, and in great destitution. Their spirit shall be cast into the furnace of fire. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, as a mountain has not become a slave, and a hill does not become the handmaid of a woman, even so sin has not been sent upon the earth. But man of himself has created it, and under a great curse shall they fall who commit it. and barrenness has not been given to the woman. But on account of the deeds of her own hands she dies without children. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, by the Holy Great One, that all your evil deeds are revealed in the heavens, and that none of your deeds of oppression are covered and hidden. And do not think in your spirit, nor say in your heart that ye do not know, and that ye do not see that every sin is every day recorded in heaven in the presence of the Most High. From henceforth ye know that all your oppression wherewith ye oppress is written down every day till the day of your judgment. Woe to you, ye fools, for through your folly shall ye perish, and ye transgress against the wise, and so good hap shall not be your portion. And now know ye that ye are prepared for the day of destruction. Wherefore do not hope to live, ye sinners, but ye shall depart and die. For ye know no ransom, for ye are prepared for the day of the great judgment, for the day of tribulation and great shame for your spirits. Woe to you, ye obstinate of heart, who work wickedness and eat blood. Whence have ye good things to eat and to drink and to be filled? From all the good things which the Lord the Most High has placed in abundance on the earth. Therefore ye shall have no peace. Woe to you who love the deeds of unrighteousness. Wherefore do ye hope for good hap unto yourselves? Know that ye shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut off your necks and slay you, and have no mercy upon you. Woe to you who rejoice in the tribulation of the righteous, for no grave shall be dug for you. Woe to you who set at naught the words of the righteous, for ye shall have no hope of life. Woe to you who write down lying and godless words, for they write down their lies that men may hear them, and act godlessly towards their neighbor. Therefore they shall have no peace, but die a sudden death. Woe to you who work godlessness, and glory in lying and extol them. Ye shall perish, and no happy life shall be yours. Woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness, and transgress the eternal law, and transform themselves into what they were not. They shall be trodden under foot upon the earth. In those days make ready, ye righteous, to raise your prayers as a memorial, and place them as a testimony before the angels, that they may place the sin of the sinners for a memorial before the Most High. In those days the nations shall be stirred up, and the families of the nations shall arise on the day of destruction. And in those days the destitute shall go forth and carry off their children, and they shall abandon them, so that their children shall perish through them.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are stepping way outside the standard Big Bang story. We're going to unpack something called the Cyclic Dimensional Progression Framework, or CDP.
Right. And the whole idea here is a universe that doesn't just, happen once. It's self-sustaining, it's infinite, it's constantly recurring.
And it seems like it's trying to solve some pretty big problems with the standard model.
Oh, absolutely. It's a theoretical fix for really the two existential crises in cosmology. First, you have that the impossible singularity at time zero. The math just breaks. And second, you have the second law of thermodynamics, which, basically guarantees an inevitable heat death.
So the CDP framework gives us a kind of cosmic engine to get around that. And our sources break this down into, three main parts. We've got the starting material, M residual, then the creation moment, inflation or DTO, and then the big reset, era cycle.
That's the cycle.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, or I guess the beginning after the end. Where does the new universe come from?
It comes from the leftovers of the old one. The sources call it M residual mass energy, and it exists in this initial state they call S1, which is just pure chaos, a state of unbroken symmetry.
Unbroken symmetry. What does that actually mean in, like, simple terms?
It means all the fundamental forces we know, gravity, electromagnetism, the nuclear forces, they're all one and the same. They haven't split apart yet. Think of it like water. You can have structured ice, you can have liquid water, but at super high temperatures, it's just uniform steam. Pure potential.
I like that analogy. So let's talk about the moment that steam condenses into our universe. The sources call this inflation, D, the dimensional operator. This is more than just expansion, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It seems to be doing two incredible things at once. First, the idea is that this is the mechanism that actually selects and stabilizes our three macroscopic dimensions. And second, as it's doing that, it takes these tiny subatomic imperfections from that chaotic S1 state.
The quantum fluctuation.
Exactly. It takes those and stretches them almost instantaneously across the entire cosmos. We're talking a factor of 10 to the 26th.
So you're saying the tiniest possible things become the biggest things imaginable.
Precisely. Those tiny density variations become the literal scaffolding for everything we see, the great filaments and voids of the cosmic web. It's how you get structure from perfect chaos.
But structure creates entropy. The clock is ticking down again. So to make it a cycle, you need a reset button. How does the system avoid just running down? That's where Aerocycle comes in, right?
That's the engine of eternity, yeah. And the sources offer two really fascinating ways this could happen. The first one is called conformal cyclic cosmology, or CCC.
Okay.
The idea is, if the universe expands forever, eventually everything decays away into just massless particles. Photons, mostly. And because massless particles don't experience time or scale, the infinitely large, cold future of the old universe becomes mathematically identical to the infinitesimally small, hot beginning of the new one.
Wow. So you solved the problem of time by just getting rid of it.
In a way, yeah. Time sort of melts away at the boundary. The other main idea is the quantum bounce.
From loop quantum cosmology.
That's the one. It says space-time isn't smooth. It's made of discrete chunks, like pixels. So when the universe collapses, it can't crush down to an infinite singularity. It hits a maximum density, and at that point, gravity actually becomes repulsive, and it just bounces.
And that bounce resets everything back to the low entropy S1 state.
That's the theory. It acts like a kind of quantum sieve.
Okay, so this brings up a huge philosophical question for me. If the universe cycles, are we just living the same lives over and over? Is it true eternal recurrence?
That is such an important distinction to make. The answer is no, because those initial quantum fluctuations that seed everything are, by their very nature, probabilistic. They're random. So while the general structures repeat, you'll get stars, you'll probably get life, the specific details, the specific histories are unique to each cycle. It's a rhyming universe, not a repeating one.
That's a relief. Eternity with novelty. So to sum it all up, the CDP framework is this incredible self-renewing engine. It's a constant transition from that M residual chaos through the structuring the cosmic web and then back again via Aerocycle.
It's a powerful vision, but I think the most provocative idea in all of this is the potential for some kind of cosmic memory.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Roger Penrose, who's a huge proponent of CCC, suggests that the M residual might carry faint imprints from the previous eon. He's actually searching the cosmic microwave background right now, looking for these faint concentric rings. They would be the signatures of, say, supermassive black hole collisions from the last universe bleeding through. So if he finds them, it could mean that we're literally interacting with the ghosts of the universe that came before ours.
1. Dimensional progression, M residual and S1. This could symbolize the transition from a chaotic or less structured state of energy, matter into a more organized form. Understanding how this transformation occurs can lead to insights into the early moments of the universe, akin to theories of cosmic inflation. D. This rapid expansion of space in the early universe helps explain the uniformity we observe today. It suggests that the universe underwent a phase where quantum fluctuations were stretched to macroscopic scales, seeding the structures we see. 2. Conservation and recurrence loop, energy recycling. This idea aligns with certain interpretations of the cyclic universe model, where the universe undergoes infinite expansions and contractions. Each cycle could theoretically recycle the energy from the previous collapse, ensuring continuity in physical laws and cosmic structures. Entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. In traditional cosmology, entropy increases over time, which poses challenges for a truly cyclic model. Understanding how a high-entropy state might reset or recycle into a low-entropy state is a key area of research. 3. Cosmic web, structure formation. The cosmic web represents the large-scale structure of the universe, composed of filaments of galaxies and dark matter. Researching how these structures form and evolve can reveal much about the underlying physics and initial conditions of the universe. Filamentary structures. These are thought to emerge from gravitational interactions and the distribution of dark matter. Studying their properties can provide insights into cosmic evolution and the behavior of matter and energy on large scales. 4. Energy generation and binding forces, fundamental forces. The relationship between energy generation during inflation and the emergence of fundamental forces is a crucial area. Theories such as grand unified theories, GUTS, attempt to unify the fundamental forces, suggesting they were once the same at high energy levels. The Higgs field. The Higgs mechanism is pivotal in explaining how particles acquire mass. Understanding its role in the early universe can shed light on how matter formed. 5. Self-sustaining cycle, cyclic universe models. These propose that the universe goes through infinite cycles of big bangs and big crunches. The implications of such models challenge our understanding of time, causality, and the nature of beginning and end. Quantum gravity and cosmology. Exploring how quantum mechanics might influence large-scale structures and cycles in the universe is an exciting frontier. Theories like loop quantum gravity aim to reconcile quantum mechanics with general relativity, which could provide insights into the nature of the universe's cycles. 6. Philosophical implications. The cyclical nature of the universe raises questions about determinism, the nature of time, and existence itself. If the universe recycles, what does that imply for concepts like uniqueness and purpose in cosmic history? The interplay between science and philosophy in understanding the universe's nature can lead to rich discussions about the meaning of life, the universe, and everything in between. Further exploration. Current research. Look into current cosmological studies, including observational evidence for cosmic inflation, dark matter, and dark energy. Theoretical models. Engage with theoretical frameworks like string theory, loop quantum gravity, and various cyclic models to see how they fit into or challenge your framework. Philosophical debate. Explore philosophical literature on the implications of a cyclical universe, including works by physicists and philosophers discussing the nature of time and existence. What you've presented appears to be a conceptual framework for understanding the cyclical nature of the universe and its dimensional progression, along with mechanisms of energy conservation and recycling. Here's a summary and breakdown of the key components. 1. Dimensional progression. This describes how the universe, D3, emerges from pre-existing conditions. Residual seems to represent a form of residual matter or energy that transforms into a more structured state, S1, as space, D, and inflation, D, occur. 2. Conservation and recurrence loop. This mechanism ensures that each cycle of the universe is fueled by the destruction of the previous one. It involves an energy recycling process where the collapse of one universe, IU, leads to the creation of the next, UNT1. The notion of a cycle suggests a variable tied to energy recovery from the universe's collapse. 3. Cosmic structure. The cosmic web, cosmic, is described as a filamentary structure formed from primordial matter, which serves as a pathway for energy and matter. As energy and matter travel along this web, they are positioned for reintegration into the universe upon its collapse. 4. Energy generation and binding forces. The inflationary phase generates significant energy, which contributes to the formation of fundamental forces, weak, strong nuclear forces, and gravity. This binding energy is crucial for the formation of solid structures in the universe. 5. Self-sustaining cycle. The universe is depicted as a self-sustaining system that continually recycles energy and matter, ensuring that each new cycle has the necessary conditions to begin anew. The initial conditions from previous cycles leave imprints that shape the physical laws and structures in the new universe,